What's Master RKO, and today I'm bringing you the end of our little DLC map mini-series. We're going to try to get into the final map. We're just going to keep going and going and going until we get into it. So we're going to see if we can get into this final map. Most people haven't been voting for it. I've been playing a little bit. It seems like most people haven't been voting for it, so we'll see if we can get into its core. Nope. Nope. See? No one really votes for it. Did I back out in time? Yeah, okay. If I don't get into it, I'm just going to hop into the map itself. Because it seems that I keep getting into that one. So we're going to wait a few seconds. Oh, I got into this one. So we're going to hop into this, back out, and then I'm just going to show you guys the map itself. Because no one seems to really be voting for this, which is kind of sad. But I can kind of understand. I think I may have accidentally muted you guys. But you guys have already seen this map, so don't think this is an actual thing. And then we're just going to run around core because I don't like that. Alright, let's leave. But anyway, guys, core is the map that's in the old nuclear reactor or nuclear reactor city or something. Let's just go into a private match here and we'll set it on TDM just so we can kind of run around for a little bit. Core, this is the final map. Let's go ahead and jump into this. We're not gonna like play bots or anything. I'm just gonna run around and show you guys things. But this is the last map of the series, so if you guys want me to go back, revisit any of the maps, or maybe go back in a private match like I'm doing this one, and just take a closer look at some things, let me know if you want to see like I'm doing the Advanced Warfare Tips and Tricks maps. If you want to see any of these as one, let me know. I could definitely do that for you guys if like you guys are, because this is just coming out. If you guys want to see this as a tips and tricks, I would be glad to help you guys. So if you do, leave that in the comments below, and we can get that started. But this is going to be one of the spawn sites, and this has kind of your 3-lane thing, but it's rounded. So you're both going to start off on one of these sides. Let's just go this way and go around. So this is the first side. There's a little bit of verticality to it, not too much. I mean, this is basically it. Like, you have this spot up here, and you have all the spots like this. Now, it's a very hectic map. Some places are probably more hectic than urban, but not as much. This is really, like, as vertical as it gets. It's basically in the desert. There's a drilling facility, not exactly sure what that is. But you can die in it, so don't do that. And I think it's the same thing for this side as well, because these guys... So it's basically a giant nuclear drilling site. But see, like this side's also flat. There's a lot of... this would be a lot of bow, sniper rifle, IMR kind of places, especially with the patch. So we're going to just keep moving. But this is kind of the extent to the verticality. Now, these things pop out in their score streaks, which unfortunately I won't be able to show you guys, but... they're basically little drones. They pop out and chase people. And this is going to be the other side of the spawn. And I'm wondering... See, this is the weird purple goo that comes out. This is where the other team will spawn. And then this is the other side that you can kind of see. If you were coming up, there's a little mushroom thing. And then this side has one of these like spaces too. So there's going to be a lot of gunfights in between here and here. Or here and here. And you can kind of pick people off down there as they're coming up or coming down there. I'm glad you can't get back in there because that'd be a camper extravaganza. Alright, so this is where the meat of this happens. I'm going to put on stim because YOLO. So you come in here and they have these little tubes. They have one on each side. And then this is where the magic happens. Oh, I'm not sure if you go in here if anything happens. Not really. It's just nothing happens. But there's a B-dom. I'm pretty sure B-dom is right smack dab in the middle. But each side has these little pathways. They have 4 lines of sight from each one, and I'm pretty sure that there's more. But you're going to see a lot of nades coming over the top. You're going to have people coming in from 4 different directions all the time. See, like, each side has its own little tunnel system that you can come into. So if you're on here and you're trying to cap B-Dom, you're going to have to look on all 4 sides of you, paying attention to spawns and everything. So this is going to be kind of a little like a tips and tricks X, I guess, kind of. But like this side has the same thing, so it's kind of symmetrical, really. Each side it branches off. You come over to these, you have your windows, and then it has the little circle in the middle. But this map it's. I mean, some people would call this a big map. I don't really consider this a big map. I would say out of all 4 of the maps, I would say Drift is probably the biggest map. I would say this is probably the most. This will probably be the most craziest map to play on. Urban would probably be the most hectic, gunfight wise, and then just like TDM wise, and then Sideshow is probably just the most odd to play and has the most fun min map thing. But do these do anything, or are those just? Nope, those are just drilling. If you shoot them, does anything happen? Nope. Alright, but thank you guys for watching. This has been Core, and this has been the last part of the DLC. And I know, unfortunately, I didn't get to play on this for you guys, but at the same time, no one seems to really be voting for this map. I would say out of all the maps that I've played on since the DLC came out, this has probably been the least one that I've played on, even when I'm not voting. I would say Urban and Drift are probably voted the most. Even in like TDM or Objective, those 2 are probably the most maps that you'll play on the most. So if you haven't seen those 2, make sure to go back and watch those videos. And if you're like on the border of buying the DLC after watching all 4 of these, and you kind of and you're kind of trying to, or maybe you haven't seen my other videos yet. But once again, if you're on the border for buying the DLC and you kind of want to see, oh well, what maps am I going to be playing? What is the gameplay going to be like? Go back and watch the 2 videos of either Urban or Drift. They are definitely the maps that you're going to be playing on the most. Definitely play TDM first just to see how you're going to like it if you end up buying it. That's what I played. Honestly, I think it's a good purchase. I would definitely buy it. I got the season pass, so I got it for free. But if you don't have the season pass, this is a good DLC to buy. I mean, in the past, Call of Duty kind of fell short with some of their DLC, just because a lot of it didn't make sense. Especially the last Call of Duty, there was a lot of, oh well, we're doing this, oh we're adding weird kill streaks and map elements and stuff, and it just was odd. But I think Sledgehammer's doing it right. They have some map-based score streaks, but the map-based score streaks, a lot of them, they make sense. I mean, it's not like, I mean, I'm not saying that Ghosts didn't. Some of them did. Like, a good example would be some of the DLC ones, like the Snow Monsters or the Mariachi guy that you had as a maniac. Like, those were good, but I mean, they're not really score streaks. You're a person, or they're like very supernatural. Where these have decontamination drones. Some of them, Drift has an avalanche. Urban, the map shifts, and Sideshow is probably the only one that like is odd and doesn't make sense. The clown does the bomb thing. That's like the least serious map, and it just makes sense. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry this one was a little bit longer. I just want to talk to you guys about all of the DLC maps as it is. And for you guys watching, if maybe you haven't seen it already, it's time to go play some Exo Zombies. I'm going to record the Exo Zombies for you guys, and I'll probably live stream some stuff like that all day long. I'm just looking around right now trying to see if there's anything in the maps. If you guys find anything in the maps, or out of all these maps, you want to see like tips and tricks with some of the other maps, maybe instead of doing some of the normal maps, you want to see me do one of the DLC maps instead. Maybe you're struggling on one, or maybe there's just a thing that you need to work on. Leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, click that like button, favorite this video, favorite any other videos if you like them as well. This is the end of the DLC maps. Once again, like if you want me to go more in depth, I can. And yeah, time to go play some Exo Zombies. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of the Havoc DLC. This has been pretty. I like these maps, so I'm already pumped up to see what DLC number 2 has in store for us. See you guys in the world of zombies, and see you guys next time. And let's see if I can find a way to end this. I will see you guys next time. Adios.